I've moved upstairs because my dad was making a sandwich. So we're going to be talking about cloning, abortion, and suicide. So people don't watch this video if you don't feel comfortable, but yeah, it's some ethics revision. All of this is going to be in the context of Christianity because that's what my exam's about, because I go to a Christian school. So yeah, let's get started. What is the sanctity of life? The sanctity of life is the belief that all life is sacred. Some quotes which may be against abortion is this quote: "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." And it's used to oppose abortion to be pro-life because it's saying that God knew everybody even before I formed you in the womb. So that means that could be interpreted as, or the blob was conceived. God knew that blob, and so it would be a sin to take that away. Another quote that could be used against it, but it's that all humans were formed in God's image. That would mean that you can't destroy anything that is created in God's image because that would be blasphemy and a sin against God. So that's what some Christians think. And this would also be an absolutist view because you could say that murder is murder, or killing is killing no matter what the cause for this may be. In my opinion, if a woman needs an abortion, for example, if she can't physically support the child, if she doesn't have enough money, or if she's just in a really bad situation, she shouldn't be forced to have the child. Something which I really disagree with is but some Catholics may say that even if the woman is going to die, if she gives birth to the child, then she should give birth to the child because that's her responsibility. Obviously, a life that already exists is more valuable than 8 cells in. I still think that everybody should be given the choice to do that if they want to. Okay, thank you. Quakers, which is another denomination of Christianity, may believe that abortion is a difficult and complex issue and cannot be answered with an absolutist reply. They encourage the mother to act selflessly. They do understand that it will be a difficult time for the parents. Quakers will support the mother and be understanding if she decides to go ahead with the abortion. Unlike many other branches of Christianity, Quakers will not condemn the woman in this scenario. However, because all Quakers are against any form of violence, some members of the Religious Society of Friends will be against abortion as they see it as violence to the fetus. Due to this mostly relativist and very diverse set of ideas about abortion, the Quakers do not have any official views about the subject. In the Catholic Church, they say that even if the fetus is a result of sexual assault, incest, or will kill the mother if the pregnancy continues, the abortion will not be morally correct. In 1995, Pope John Paul II said that the Roman Catholic Church's views will never change. There is one situation, however, which allows abortion, although still saying that it is morally incorrect. That is that if the continuation of the pregnancy will kill both the mother and the child. This is called the doctrine of the double effect. Cool. Let's go on to the next topic. Next topic that I will be talking about is cloning. There are 2 types of cloning. There is therapeutic cloning and reproductive cloning. Therapeutic cloning is when stem cells are taken either from a fetus or from an adult human, from the bone marrow, and used to make new tissue to replace damaged tissue of an already living person. Reproductive cloning is when a whole organism is reproduced to look like another organism completely. This can be done naturally, like spider plants and strawberries. There's unnatural cloning of animals and stuff, like Dolly the sheep. The types of cloning that are very controversial are, so in therapeutic cloning, with the ones that use stem cells from a fetus, because the whole fetus has to be used, so basically it means that the fetus can't grow into a human. Going back to the sanctity of life, the debate goes, is that when does life start? So does it start when you're born, in which case could you kill an 8-month-old fetus, or does it begin at conception, or does it begin at 3 weeks, 4 weeks, etc. So that would mean killing the fetus, it's not letting it have a life, then that would be sad. Yeah. Okay, so something interesting is the Human Fertilization and Embryology Authority make the rules about cloning. Therapeutic cloning has been legal in the UK since 2001. Let's talk about reproductive cloning. There's been Dolly the sheep, there's been Promethea the horse. That might be controversial, is because it's playing God. It's a very not refined branch of science. So when Promethea the horse was cloned, 841 reconstructed embryos were made. Only 22 were viable, and 17 of these were selected to be implanted into a surrogate mother. Only 4 resulted in pregnancies, and Promethea was the only one to survive. So out of 841 reconstructed embryos, only 1 organism was created that survived. Generally, I think that's probably a bit on the edge of being justified for being so. I'm going to talk about human cloning because that's probably the most important bit. So, some pointers about why human cloning would be good and why it would be supported by the Bible. Be fruitful and multiply. This is from Genesis and was supported because it's creating new organisms, which is being fruitful and multiplying. It could also mean that one person could have children and this could make them happy, which increases the amount of happiness in the world, which would be good. Some arguments about how, but would the soul be actually like the soul? So there's this really good book called Never Let Me Go by Kazuru Ishiguro, or something like that. Spoiler alert, don't watch this bit if you don't want spoilers. In the future they have these cloned people who they basically just raise to donate their organs to their clone. There's the place where these people are raised, there's this one place, the founders of it really want to prove that the people who are clones have souls, and so what they do is they make them make lots of art and things like that, and this proves that they have souls that are different from their clones. A soul there's a permanent thing that arises from birth and who you are as a person, so maybe that could be your DNA, although maybe it could be your personality and experiences and things like that. If God is against it, then why would he let people do it? Against it. It's very inefficient, so many embryos die. There's an 85% chance of dying.